Todd, while we have you here, we've also been tracking, of course, the port strikes as well. And a lot of investors might be wondering if there is even an ETF play when you're considering what's taking place at the ports and ultimately the labor negotiations that are playing out.
So this is obviously going to have probably a negative impact across the economy, and I'm not qualified to tell you the levels of depth that it's going to impact the economy. But what I would say is that there's an ETF likely for many things, and there are transportation-oriented ETFs. So the iShares US Transportation ETF, IYT, is the largest of those transportation-oriented ETFs. And you can look inside the portfolio of this and another one from State Street, and maybe I'll get to in a second. But IYT, you can see the sub-industry breakdown as to their exposure to cargo, their exposure to ground transportation, passenger transportation, airlines, railroads. The other ETF, just so I make sure I get it in, is from State Street. It's the Spider S&P Transportation ETF, XTN. Now, the major difference between these two is that XTN is equally weighted, so it has more exposure to those small and mid-cap companies that I was alluding to earlier that could benefit from the economic efforts that from the Fed cutting interest rates, whereas IYT is more market cap weighted. And so Uber is actually the largest holding in IYT.
Todd, I always say it every time. One day we're just going to have a jam session, plug in that guitar, put the 1/4-inch jack in, and plug it up to an amplifier. That day is not today, but
I'll bring my guitar next time to the studio.
There we go. Todd Rosenbluth, VettaFi Head of Research. Thanks so much for taking the time.
Thank you.